Hello everybody. Hello. Welcome to this video. First of all, let me introduce myself. I am Brenda. I am from Costa Rica and I want to apologize first of all for my accent or my English. I mean, it's good but not good enough to call myself a native speaker. Though, well, I will try to do it. I'll try to make this video and, uh, oh, most important of all, make myself be understood. Because what I brought for you today is quite important. Actually, this was something that I came to discover during this week, or I think that it was on last week, that I was giving it a thought and trying to understand how could I make my landing in Eurofly 3 much more easier. And in this case, I came to realize that we have something that we can use in order to calculate at what distance from the airport I can start my descent to the landing runway. So um, I aim to explain on this video what we call in Spanish senda de descenso or descent path. The descent path is a calculation that we can do in order to reach airport level with the auto altitude feature that the airplanes have, in order not to worry much about the um, descent map that is around our airport of destination. So today I'm with a SAP 340 and I am in Argentina, Formosa Airport. And I will fly to Paraguay, Asunción. There's an airport there, and this will be a short flight so that I can show you the features of the descent path.
Unilateral engines asking for fuel, asking engines asking for permission. Dashboard.
SK037. You have permission to start the engines.
I never use the game in English. I may not know much vocabulary. However, I'm going to try to do my best. And by the way, now that I listen to Lucas' voice, uh, uh, if this comes to Lucas' ears, I want to thank you for the great explanations that you made just at the beginning of the game when we were, uh, like expecting or waiting for this marvelous game to be released as a beta. So I heard all of your videos and I really understood everything what you explained there. And by this means, I had like the necessary input to translate all of this into Spanish and try to help the blind community from Latin America and also Spain. And that's something that I did, and I feel so good about it because, well, I'm a person who likes to help others. So I'm going to turn on my engine.
Starting.
Hell, I like that voice. And I like the sound of this airplane actually. I think that from the category 2 airplanes, this is the one that I like the most. Maybe because it's a smaller airplane and it's easier to pilot. So I'm going to take off and I'm going to fly towards my
Ready.
destination. And in my way to Paraguay, I'm going to explain the formula that I have figured out in order to calculate my descent path to landing properly and without worrying much about that. So I'll come with you again when I am on the air and explain what I do and how can I calculate that, okay? Thank you for being listening to this video and I hope that it really comes handy to you all. Okay guys, I am on the air already. I am flying to Paraguay, Asunción,
104 km Assumption, Silvio Pederasi, 20 minutes.
and I
Fairway departure.
have yet 20 minutes to explain to you what I do in order to calculate my descent path.
Not detected.
Okay, I have no obstacles, terrain obstacles ahead, so I'm going ahead and explain to you this formula. So, if we want to calculate at what distance we need to start our descent from the airport by using the runway waypoints that we have in order to line up to the runway that we are assigned, I need to first of all get to know my destination's airport's sea level altitude. That's one of the data pieces that I'm going to need for making this calculation. So I am going ahead and open the characteristics or the features of the airport.
Fairway Assumption, Silvio Pederasi, ST. Commando Combinado Pilot Red Schumacher.
So
SKOTF top 340 STAS, as public with maintenance, height above sea level 117 m.
it is at 117 meters above sea level. So I'm going to take that into account.
Dashboard on top.
My current altitude above sea level is the second piece of information that I'm going to need to make this calculation.
1028. 1028.
So I am flying at 1028 meters from the sea level or above the sea level. So I am going to do the following. I'm going to open a computer's calculator. I had it open already. And I am going to make a simple formula, a math formula, to get to know what is my distance for starting the descent towards the runway that I'm going to be assigned. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 127 from my current altitude above sea level. So I'm going to make the calculation.
1028.
So that's less
List 10127
equals
List 901.
901. 901 is going to be multiplied by 3.
List 913. List 2703.
And this value here of 2703 is going to be divided into 300.
List 273. 0. List 901.
And the value that I have there, 9.01, is the value that I have to make or to start my descent to the assigned runway. What does this mean? This means that I'm going to program my auto altitude to 127 at 9 kilometers from the airport. And if you have flown this category or category 2 airplanes, know that we have 4 runway waypoints that we use in order to line up to the runway. So when I am there, I'm going to be explaining to you what else should I do in order to start this descent towards my landing runway. But I'm going to tell you that first of all, I need to be aligned to the coordinates of the runway that I am assigned. Okay? So, for example,
Dashboard Fontana.
this airport, this
Unilateral.
Asuncion Airport,
Airway Assumption. Unilateral comment.
has
SQ soft. SQ club 5 diff ground approach control. Airport this runway 0220 runways 1. Airport description.
it has one runway
Runways 1. Runway 0220 30.
and it's runway 0220. So I will be assigned either of those.
Dashboard Fontana.
Right now, currently, I am flying towards
31 8/31 8 auto.
31 degrees north. So I'm almost flying towards the north. But when I reach there, and I hope that I am assigned runway 02, but most of the time I'm assigned the contrary one. So I'm going to start my lining up to runway. And when I am lining up to the runway, I'm coming back to you to explain what else I should do in order to start a safe descent to runway. Okay, so see you there. Okay guys, I am on the air still. It seems that I have Asuncion sound there at my left. And as I told you before, I was assigned runway
30 km 20 D 5 minutes.
20. So I will have to make a really pronounced drift there when reaching out that waypoint towards runway 20. So, oh gosh. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that we should have something that reads our current,
28 6/28.
our current direction, so that it assigns the closest runway to that direction. But I think that this is one of the improvements that can be implemented in the stable version of the game.
26 km 20 D 5 minutes. 26 km 20 D 5 minutes. 26 km 20 D 5 minutes.
I am not flying at a high speed. However, when I am at 20 kilometers from that waypoint, I'm going to start my speed decrease, because we need to reach that point at the landing speed recommended. We cannot do it at 300 kilometers per hour, because if we do so, we're going to lose our direction, and we are going to lose our runway, and we don't want that, and we want to avoid that. Okay,
22 km 20 D 4 minutes.
so I am flying
26 power 26 0
power 26, and what I'm
Airway.
going to do at this point is
370 21 km 20 D 4 minutes.
start
Ascent.
losing power.
Ascent 26 power 20
So it seems that I am at throttle
26 power 26 0% throttle reset to flight mode.
2. Okay, so I'm going to just decrease the power to
26 power 26 0% throttle reset to
like to 2%. Okay, so I'm going to do that with shifted twice,
6 power 10 0 slash
and then just end like four more times.
2 power 2% throttle reset 1 flight mode.
Okay, so
276 272 207 set flag position 4
flaps.
dashboard Fontana.
Speed low. Fatal stall imminent.
Speed.
Flaps set.
My God.
964
Okay, Okay,
Set
so
altitude. 1, 0, 2, 7, 10, 27.
you
Dashboard.
see what happened when we are about to stall? We lose height and we crash to the ground. We don't want that to happen, so we should set up flaps before what I did. Okay, so
1028. Departmental.
I came back to
Departmental.
the height that I had. Okay, oh my god.
14 km 20 4 minutes. 192 flaps at 4. Choke off. Throttle 3. 190 flaps at 4.
Okay, so I'm at 190 now, which is a good speed for landing.
Dead at 28. 13 km 20 4 minutes.
And I am at 13 kilometers from the waypoint. I will have to make a
28. 5/28. 4 auto.
full drift of almost 180 degrees. And I recommend doing this without the auto navigation. So I'm going to turn that off.
Auto navigation off.
Dead at 28. 12 km 20 3 minutes. 12 km 20
I like how the capital sounds on.
Dead at 28. 11 km 20 3 minutes.
So yeah, for making our approach, we need to be at the landing speed. We need to have our flap set up. We also need to ask for permission to land. I'm going to ask for permission to approach.
Bilateral combinado approach. Asking for dashboard
Identifica
contact.
037. Puede comenzar a aproximarse.
It's in Spanish, I don't know why. Well, anyways, it gave me clearance for approaching.
Dead at 28. 9. 5 km 29. 4 km 20 2 minutes.
So what I'm going to do
Dead at 28.
is that when I am at 0 point something, 0.5 distance from that waypoint, I'm going to start my drift to the maybe it's better to to the right, because obviously we have 200 closer if we drift to the right. So
Dead at 28. 7. 5 km 20 2 minutes.
we are at 7.5 kilometers from the waypoint. Remember that with the descent path formula, we had calculated that I should start my descent when I am at 9 kilometers from the airport, be aligned up to my runway. So first of all, what I have to do is line up to that runway and then start my descent.
Dead at 28. Dead at 28. 5. 7 km 20 1 minutes. Wave notification.
So okay,
Dead at 28. 5. 3 km 20
5.3,
5. 1 km 20 1 minutes.
5.1,
5. 0 km 20 1 minutes. Dead at 28. 4. 7 km 20 1 minute.
4.7, and my hands are sweating. Each time I have to make an approach and land into an airport, it happens to me. I'm getting nervous,
Dead at 20.
and I know why.
3. 8 km 20 1 minutes. 3. 7.
So, okay,
Dead at 3. 5 km 20 1 minutes. Wave notification. Dead at 28. 3. 3 km 20 1 minutes.
3.3,
Dead at 28.
28.
Dead at 28. 3. 0 km 20 0 minutes.
We are getting closer to start at drifting.
Dead at 20. 2. 7 km 20 0 minutes. Dead at 2. 5 km 20 0 minutes. Dead at 28. 2. 3 km.
So our bank angle is going to be of 25 degrees.
Department.
If we go further than that, we may stall and crash to the ground.
Dead at 1. 7 km 20.
Okay.
1 left at 20. 1. 5 km 20 0 minutes. 1 left at 20. 1. 4 km 20 0.
1.4.
1 left at 20. 1. 2 km 20. 1 left at 27. 1. 1 km 20 0 minutes.
And we're getting closer to starting that drift.
0. 8 km 20 0 minutes.
And I may do it.
0. 6 km 20 0 minutes.
I may do it.
0. 5 km 20 0 minutes. 0. 4 km 20
Right
0.
now.
30. 40. 50.
Flyover point reached.
61. 70.
So we have to reach 200. Remember, it's
90.
runway 20, so we have to fly
101.
to direction
110.
200.
120. 131, 72 right at 2 on 140, 65 right at 2 on 156 right at 209, 161, 170, 180, 191, 15 right at 200, 210, 20, 0, 3 left at 211.
Okay, so
Set
we
course, 2,
adjusted,
1, 1, 211, dashboard Ventana. Dead ahead at 211, 4, 2 km 20 C.
and we are at 0.2 kilometers from the next waypoint, which is 20 Charlie.
Dead ahead at 200, 3, 7 km 20 C 1 minute, dead ahead at 211.
What I'm going to do before reaching out that point is
Departamento Central, 3, 3 km 20 C 1 minute,
that I'm
Departamento
going to adjust my auto direction to 200.
3, 0 km 20 C 0 minutes.
Okay, so that when I reach 20 Charlie, I am almost lined up to that.
2, 4 km 20 C 0 minutes. 2, 3 km 20 lateral upgrade land at runway land, dashboard Ventana.
Jessica 037.
Landing lights
Dead ahead
on.
at 211.
Para aterrizar.
1, 9 km 20 C 0
Lowered.
minutes. 1, 8 km 20 C 0 minutes. 1, 7 km 20 C 0 minutes.
So I request the landing clearance, and they gave it to me.
1, 4 km 20 C 0.
I lowered my landing gear. Remember to do it always, because if not, you are going to crash.
0, 9 km 20 C 0 minutes.
And at this point,
0, 7 km 20 C 0 minute.
okay, let me see.
0, 6 km 20 C 0 minutes. 0, 4 km 20 C 0 minutes.
Now I'm going to adjust it
Set
to
course 2,
200.
0, 210.
Flyover point
200.
reached.
Now you are at duration 200.
1 right at 201. Set course to 2, 0, 1, 201, dashboard
And
Ventana.
I'm going to look at my direction and my.
4, 4 km 20 B 1 minute.
Now I can start it. Okay, when I am at 4 from the next waypoint.
4, 0 km 20 B 1
Now,
minutes.
so I'm going
Set altitude.
to set my altitude to
2, 127,
170.
127, dash
127, sorry.
1006/127 auto. 1 left at 200.
Okay.
Set course 2, 0, 200.
My course is going to be 200 at this point. I am at
Dead ahead at 200. 2, 7 km 20.
2.7 kilometers from the 20 Bravo point, which is at 5 kilometers from the airport. And that's something important to mention. 20 Delta or Delta waypoints to runway is always at 15 kilometers from the airport. Charlie is at 10, Bravo is at 5, and Alpha is at 2. So with that, you make your calculations. If I have to start my descent
1 right at 201. Set course 2, 0, 1, 201, dashboard 1 right at 0, 3 km 20.
at 2,
Set course, set 2, 0, 200.
if I have to start
Flyover point
my
reached.
descent at
500.
9 kilometers from the airport, I have to reach Charlie, let 1 kilometer pass, and start my descent to the runway. Okay, so now I passed the Bravo point. I'm going to reach Alpha,
400.
and you see that the plane is descending on its own.
Set spoiler position 4, 4, dashboard Ventana.
300. Spoiler set.
3 left at 197. 0, 6 km 28 0 minutes.
So right now I'm going to reach 20 Alpha,
200. Destination reached.
and now I'm at 2 kilometers from the airport and making my descent. So the countdown will start soon.
Asuncion. Asuncion. 200.
100.
There,
90. 80. 70. 60. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Safety
Airport.
zone.
You see, we reached it
Echo.
perfectly. Now landing.
Runway 20. Throttle reset.
Landing successful.
And this is the way
91 flaps at 4 spoilers
I
at 4.
can have a secure descent path to my airport.
45 flaps at 4 spoilers at 4. Choke off. Throttle preset 1. Set flap position. Set flap position 0. 0. Dashboard Ventana. Associate selected. Set
Flaps
spoiler
set.
position. Set spoiler 0. 0. Dashboard Ventana.
Landing
Taxi
lights on. Spoiler
Taxi
set.
mode.
And I am taxiing on runway 20 with a very successful landing using the descent path and the waypoints towards the runway. So you see guys, that is a clue. That is a clue. I mean, that is something wonderful that we can make to have our really successful
Throttle reset 0.
landing.
220, 231, 240, 250, 260, 270, 280, 291, 301, 311, 50, 0.
So I'm going to leave the runway to my right to be on the grass and finish
Throttle
up
reset 5. Set speed 5. 5. Dashboard Ventana.
the flight there.
N.
Yeah, I know that's tricky, but I don't want to taxi all the
Echo.
way
Throttle reset 0.
down
Flight completed.
to the parking place.
SK 037 ha abandonado la
Calculador.
Training.
You see? Okay.
Exit.
So this way we can have a really successful landing. I hope that the video comes really handy to you all guys. I really love this game. I'm really loving it. I mean, I'm an enthusiast of aviation and I found this really nice to me. So yeah, the descent path. So I just want to make a quick um, summary of what we have learned. So
Inicio.
I'm going to
C A
reopen
L.
the
Calculador.
calculator to give you another example, and we can calculate the descent path being at a closer distance from the airport and also being at, I mean, not higher altitudes. Because if we are, like, for example, flying at 3,000 meters from the sea level, and the runway is, for example, at 500 meters above sea level, then we will have to make, for example,
3. 0 0.
3,000 subtract
See me Listra 3000.
510,
510. See me Listra 2490.
and then we
Nueva
will
notificación.
have to multiply that by
See me
3
Listra 23. See me Listra.
divided by 300.
See me Listra 3. 0. See me Listra 24. 9.
So if we do so, we will have to start our descent path at 24.9 kilometers from the airport. And I mean, we could do that if we are lined up to the runway or if we are flying to the direction of the runway, because that would be safe to do. But if we are assigned another runway, which is totally at the contrary uh, course that we are following, we shouldn't do this because we need the waypoints to runway in order to line up first, and then we start um, our descent path. So, for example,
See.
if that airport's altitude is 500, we want to be flying at least at, I don't know, like 3,000 feet from the ground, which is 900 meters from the ground. So, for example, we can
5. 0.
make a little a little oh my God, I forgot how to say this in English. Um, well, we do this like 500
See me Listra
plus 900.
9. 0. See me Listra 1400.
Okay, sum it up. Yeah, we have to sum it up to by 900, and I mean we have to be flying at 1400 meters from the sea level. So we are going to make the subtraction there. Um, one 1400
See me list.
less
5. 1 0. See
510,
me list.
then
See me.
multiply by
3. See
3,
me list.
then
See me.
divided by
3 0 0. See me list for
300,
8. 9.
and we will have the same result as I had before, which is almost 9 kilometers from the runway, 8.9. So at that 8.9, you should program your auto altitude to 500 and 10. Remember that we need to be at less than 20 meters from the ground in order to have a successful landing. If we do it higher or less than 5 meters, we may crash. So we don't want that. We want to avoid that when making our landing. So thank you very much, guys, for listening to this video,
Obstacle.
and I really hope that this has come really handy to you all. And thank you very much for your attention. This was Brenda. Brenda, you can find me on the game as Brenda Schumacher. So thank you very much, guys. Have a great day.